Hey, hello everybody, welcome back to Dark Souls Remastered. Last time we got through what is arguably the most difficult point in the game, which is coming over the top of Ornstein and Smo in Anar Londo. We picked up the Lord Vessel, and now we're on our quest to slay the four lords of Lord Dran and get access to the Kiln of the First Flame. So today we get our pick of the next 4 areas of what we're going to do. So I have decided, in my time between videos, that we are going to head down into the Catacombs first and look for the Gravelord Nito himself. So that's where we're going to kick on. But first of all, we're going to do a little bit of prep. So we want to speak to Laurentius. Oh. Right. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was trying to learn some of your spells, brother. Can I upgrade? No. Yeah, okay, so we don't really need anything from Laurentius right now, that's fine. There's my man Frampt. We're going to head up into the cathedral. We're going to go speak to Andre. And you'll notice Petrus is back, and that's going to feed into the sort of small storyline that takes place down there in the Tomb of the Giants when we reach it. But we'll talk about that in just a minute. We're going to go speak to Andre because I double checked my videos and I definitely beat the Moonlight Butterfly, which I think means that we should have the Ember to create divine weapons. And divine weapons are going to be super useful down in the Catacombs. But it works sort of two ways. You can upgrade a weapon to divine, or you can revert a maxed out weapon. And the divine tree has two branches. It can either be a divine weapon or an occult weapon. Sort of like evil divine. And as you may remember, we have an occult weapon. We have the occult club that we got from Havel's stash under the stairs inside the fireplace. So we're going to go take that to Andre and see if he will turn it back into a divine club for us. We won't be using it to take down any of the bigger enemies in the area, but there's lots of little small skeletons that we can kind of knock down pretty easily with a divine club. Alright, Andre, how's it going, brother? Modify equipment. Yeah, so we can turn our occult club back into a divine club. +5. Job done. We will be looking to upgrade our claymore again to max, not in the too distant future, but it involves going to New Londo, and New Londo's pretty frustrating and spooky, and we aren't really up for that. I'm just double checking that we can use our divine club, but we can, so it's no problem. The good thing is you can actually teleport to this bonfire, I'm sure. I won't appear here, naturally. So, go Firelink Shrine and start to head down into the Catacombs then. There's a couple of little gameplay mechanics that come into play down here in the Catacombs. Things like respawning enemies, like infinitely respawning enemies. Verticality, which you don't see too much in the original Dark Souls. Or any Souls game, truthfully. Framp's had enough. That's the power of my voice. So, I'll see if I can try and aggro maybe one or two of these guys. I don't know if these skeletons work the same way, but we're going to find out. So you see I killed that guy. And that guy. They seem to be staying dead. Okay, as we go further down, we're going to come into contact with these guys who are like necromancers. And those necromancers are going to resurrect the skeletons that we kill infinitely. The only way to stop that is to kill the necromancer himself, which is what we are going to do. I'm also going to hopefully show you a quick way through the Catacombs. The Catacombs is actually a very interesting area, and I would say that if you can go through it legitimately, give it a go. Watch out for those exploding skulls on the way. It is a very nice area. There's some really interesting kind of loot and stuff in there, so it could be worth it. But there is a way to actually run through the Catacombs, and I'm talking genuinely like 5 minutes minimum. So we will see. These statues that you see around us, they're going to come into play very shortly as well. So what we want to do is sort of just kind of ignore these guys and head down into this little passageway. where our buddy the necromancer is waiting, and we're going to kick his ass. I don't know if it kills all the skeletons out there. Nope, didn't see it. This guy should drop the skull lantern. Yeah. I don't know if the first one you kill is a guaranteed drop or the last one you kill is a guaranteed drop, but there's like 3 necromancers in this area, and each one you kill has a chance of dropping it. Do you know what? Do we have any spare humanity right now? We need 30 for later is the only thing. So we have 17 after I use one, and then 18, 19. Ugh, we need to farm some rats at some point. I'm going to use one and we'll kindle this bonfire because I am planning on doing this the short way, which means this should be the only bonfire in the catacombs that we need. So to open the door to the catacombs, we're going to have to push this. You can come down here at the very beginning of the game. There used to be an old sort of speedrun strat. We'd come down here and activate Nito's Covenant, and if you upgrade it enough, he will give you a sword, or I think when you just join it actually you get the sword. So I'm going to clear these guys out just to give us some kind of time to take in our surroundings. These statues to the sides here, as you'll see, okay, it didn't do it there. Some of them can shoot spikes out, so you just have to be careful of that when you're sprinting through. There's another one of our necromancer buddies over there. I love that move. It's hilarious to watch. Can we hit that guy with our spells from here? I doubt it. And as you can see, our scaly boyfriend has woken back up. So, what is the short way through the catacombs? Essentially, as you can see from all the blood piles here, we want to kind of jump off and hit that ledge. I did not hit that ledge, and therefore we are dead. This might be a couple of minutes of this happening. Don't worry about it. If you do go through the legit way, you will come to a blacksmith at the bottom, and he's the one who deals in sort of like fire weapons and things like that. So he is actually quite useful. Oh, he is actually quite useful. It's old Vamos, but he's not that useful for us. So that might work. Yeah. See you later. One of these skull things is here though, so you have to move over and make sure it doesn't blow up in your face. And now, it's as simple as dropping down onto there. What you may remember from when I was alive... Okay, we're going to go in here for a minute. What you may remember from when I was alive was that there was a summoning sign there, so you can summon for the boss. And you can do that if you want, but I would say it's definitely not necessary. The boss here in the catacombs is widely regarded as the easiest boss in the entire game. We don't have to come down here, but I'm going to show you why I am doing it. Ooh, should give us some Eye of Death. Okay, we get the Eye of Death, and if you want to join Nito's Covenant, you take the Eye of Death and you sit in that coffin. And that will take you to Nito's room where you can join his covenant and get his really cool sword and stuff. This is a grave, it takes you down and doing other things. We don't need to concern ourselves with any of that. It's not the point. It's hilarious that in the last video I finished off by saying this is my favourite area in the second half of the game, and yet I'm trying to rush my way through it as much as possible. Okay. We ain't having none of your crap, please, brother. So we drop down here. If you want to summon, the summon sign will be right here, I think, for Paladin Leroy. What I would say, see, once we hit ground floor here, we have to run, because the worst enemies in the game are hiding out right next to us. The bone wheel skeletons. You just don't want to get hit by those guys, because of that. Thankfully, this is Dark Souls 1, so when you interact with the fog gate, everyone leaves you alone. And guys, this is Pinwheel. So on the surface, Pinwheel has got everything a boss could ask for. He's got a interesting boss room, nice design, very cool music. And he's absolutely the easiest boss in the entire game. We should also get, an item. We should get a mask. Mask of the Child. Is that the one everyone likes? There's 3 masks you can get, so you can see he was wearing 3 masks. So you can either get the Mask of the Father, Mask of the Mother, or Mask of the Child. The Mask of the Father gives you extra equip load, like Havel's Ring. The Mask of the Mother, I think, gives you maybe HP regen, and the Mask of the Child gives us stamina recovery, which is awesome and definitely something we like. Are we using the Grass Crest Shield already? Yeah. So we've got 2 out of the 3 stamina recovery items, which are going to make our life much better. We can go get the 3rd one at some point if we wish, which is the Chloranthy Ring, which hides out in the bottom of Blighttown. So as you can see, I love the design on this. Again, really, Pinwheel does have a lot going for him. But he was just inside a giant coffin. If we want to, we can drop our Grass Crest Shield just now. We shouldn't really do this. But we can bring our Skull Lantern with us. So this is the point in you getting the Skull Lantern. I think this is the reason the game wants you to get the Skull Lantern. So you can bring it down into the Tomb of the Giants and use it here. Hello. How are you doing? Hello again. We are kind of passing through, so I'm just gonna run on through. And we can slide down here. And if I remember correctly, I don't know if I do remember correctly. Oh, he followed us! That's quite funny. Yeah, if we run around here, maybe. Nope. Not round here. Ugh. Yeah, it must be near here because that's patches. Where are you? He's found it for us. Thank you. The bonfire. So again, we're going to rest here. I guess we've been kicked right back up because there's still skeletons about. And we will pop on our Grass Crest Shield. Unfortunately, we're in this for the long haul because you can't warp to this bonfire. I don't think you can, anyway. Or is this the one that you can do? I'll double check that, but I don't think you can. So, unfortunately for us... Oh wait. Double unfortunately for us there, because I almost didn't level up. Should just keep going with endurance, I think. Try and get that to 30. We must have a 2000 soul item on us, surely. Is this it? Just a 1,000. Okay. Okay, we'll pop the Brave Warrior. I think this is 5,000 though, so it seems a bit of an overkill. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Put us up to 27, so that's good. At 30 we can kind of give a rest on that. But we have Patches. Our friendly, handy dandy nice guy.
Good day. What are you doing in the Catacombs?
So you say no, I'm not a cleric.
There's a find. I found it first. In any case.
So he says he's found some treasure, and the treasure is down the hole. If you go and look, can't remember how you go and look. Ah yes, it's behind him on this. If we go to look, what an absolute bastard. So if you don't have a skull lantern, there's one. We kinda do need our, I keep doing that. We kinda need our shield here. So I'm just trying to get the lay of the land before I put it back on. Could I get away with putting it here? Roughly. You can't have it on your sword arm. That's interesting. If I put it on here. Okay. So we're going to use our pyromancy. Yes. So here's a fine young maiden who was at the shrine. We probably missed her during our playthrough. And she was escorted by two guys called Nico and Vince. Now, I have no idea why they chose basically Sopranos characters to guide her around, but they did. And unfortunately, when they fell down in this pit, they lost all hope and went hollow. You can see the shadow of one just ahead. Unfortunately, we've got to put the boys down. Wow. Let's just... Wow, good shot. Jeez. We'll just kick this guy. He was about to Wrath of the Gods. If he Wrath of the Gods there, we were dead. There is no negotiating that. Shield. Oh, lantern. She gives us a wee spell, so if you're doing a miracle build, then there you go. Some extra helping hands for you. As we head out here, these big skull towers are going to kick up. Somewhere. Yeah, they are. They're not too dangerous. I was wondering if you could skip past them, but you can't. Yeah, you can just literally just, if you angle it right, you can hit a bunch of them at once. And there we go. If you explore down here, we're over a 20-minute mark. So I was kind of hoping to stop by now, but I figure since we've killed pretty much most of the enemies down here already, we might as well have a bit of a pondering. Because I'm very sure at the end of a pathway somewhere which is not here. Hello again, madam. An end of a pathway somewhere. I think that must be up there. We get a white titanite chunk. And that spawns some more of these guys. But we can ignore them. So you can sprint while holding the lantern as well. Climbing this up will take us back to Patches, where we can confront him and either forgive him or kill him. Totally up to you. I tend to just forgive him because trying to fight him in a dark space is pointless. I think he goes back to Firelink Shrine if you do that as well. So we're walking back along, yeah, so this is the bit we slid down.
Oh, now, I did these, you know, any meat. Probably about it, but,
So there you go, I've forgiven him, you don't have to forgive him. You can choose not to and then you have to fight him. You can get his stuff if you want, it's quite fun. Next time though, we're going to have to head deeper into this area. Which is not easy, actually. It can be pretty tricky. There's another bonfire hidden somewhere at a site. We may push for that first to give ourselves that little extra bit of reassurance. And then we'll talk about the Divine Club, push on to our first Great Lord Soul, and hopefully get it done easily enough. Because Nito, he's an interesting boss, but he shouldn't be terribly difficult. Probably the easiest of the 4, 5 we have ahead of us in this section of the game. But guys, thank you for watching here. I hope you got something useful out of this. A very quick way through the Catacombs. Got yourself a couple of lanterns, a few wee spells if you're into that kind of thing. And a little NPC interaction as well. Next time, as I say, we're going to head into the depths of the Tomb of the Giants. We're going to head towards our first Lord Soul being Nito. Get this area all cleared out and move on. Probably to doing the Darkroot Forest again. We need to go get something from there before we can head on to New Londo. New Londo can be a bit of a pain, but in there is where we're going to be able to max out our weapons with an even bigger Ember, as well as deal with one of the most DPS heavy bosses in the game, so we might as well get that one out of the way next. So I want to thank you guys for joining me here today. If you enjoyed it, please like the video. If you want to see more, subscribe, and if you have any ideas, pop them in the comment section below. I'm very open to the kind of games and things that I do on this channel. If there's something particular about this game, any tips you want to see from the Souls series or anything similar, pop it down below. I'm reading the comments, I'm interacting as much as I can, and I really enjoy hearing from you guys. So until next time, thank you very much for watching today, and I will see you later.